Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Good morning, folks. Right.
Good morning.
Welcome to the morning breakfast, bro. All right, let us know where you are from. Trinidad, Tobago, Barbados, Holland. What part of Trinidad? Just text it there. Just text it and let us know where you are coming in from. Hey, good morning, everyone. Hey, Natty, Abigail, wonderful. Yeah, go ahead.
Hope all is well, everyone. As I told Pastor, I'm still waking up here, getting accustomed to coming out at this time. Excited for the information he's about to share today, though, because we was having a small discussion as to part of the information he's gonna share today, and I myself am prepped and ready and waiting to hear because I've never heard that information before. In all my sessions, we're doing personal growth and development, so I'm very excited to hear some of the content he's gonna be sharing today, this morning. So get your pen, get your paper, get prepared to take some copious notes because I guarantee you the information that's gonna be shared here is going to impact your life positively if you allow it to.
All right. So while you are on, just share the link on your page or something. And invite a friend, invite somebody. Hey, Lauren, how are you? Wonderful. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So we are on the Facebook here, and also we are on IG. All right. So my page, Dr. Ian E. Cummings on IG. So you can check it out there. Those of you who, I know not everybody, is comfortable with the Facebook, but we have various platforms. I think we're also on YouTube.
YouTube as well.
Minding my business. All right. So you can check it out there. All right. So we kind of streaming live on different platforms. Again, good morning to everyone. As you're coming, just share. Let us know where you're coming from, where you're coming in from, what part of Trinidad, or what part of the States. All right, Katrina, nice to have you on. Wonderful. Be sure. Katrina better.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, blessings everyone again. Just let us know.
Abigail.
Right, Abigail from Yaru's in the house.
Team member.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right, just let us know where you're coming in from. Amazing. How many of you enjoy our first session on Monday, which was basically an introduction to what it is we're going to be doing? All right, this is basically a personal development platform. All right, the Morning Breakfast Brew. I started this about 2 years ago, and I stopped, and we decided to come back on, myself and Keyshawn, to deal with particular issues. All right, in life itself. All right, and also focusing on growth. Okay, so we're going to be dropping a lot of nuggets.
Yeah.
A lot of principles. All right, make sure you're in a position to take some notes. All right, Tracy. All right, wonderful, darling.
Trixie.
Right,
Andrew.
make sure you are in a position to take some notes. Okay, we're going to be on for probably about an hour. What we're going to be doing also, we're going to be bringing in some guests. All right, interviewing some guests. Right, local and international. All right, so it's going to be just like that. Hey, Reverend Gardner, how are you, sir? How are you, ma'am? Blessings to have you on. All right, so let's see who on the IG. This is the first time I'm doing the IG stuff there, so I don't know. All right.
Good to go.
All right. Okay. All right. Wonderful. So let's get it on now. So we started on Monday speaking about growth, okay, and the laws of growth. This morning we want to chit chat with you a little bit on the gaps. We call it the growth gap traps. All right, GGT, growth gap traps. Why it is that individuals don't grow. All right. Why it is, we sit at a place of abundance, a place of wisdom, like we mentioned last time, a place of wisdom, a place of wealth, a place where work is realized or recognized, and also a place of wealth. Okay. Why it is individuals will sit and have the right connection, the right association, but yet there's no growth, yet there's no success. Why? And one of the reasons is that because we understand that growth is intentional. All right. So although you could have the right mentor, you could be in the right environment, okay, getting all the right information. If you don't do what is intentional when it comes to growth in the particular area of your life, all right, you wouldn't grow at all. Okay. And sad to say, there are a lot of individuals who are walking that road. Really, really walking that road, right? So we want to flip the script where that is concerned, all right? To share in particular areas because it's important for you to grow. Okay, so one of the gaps we stopped on, we started talking about was the assumption gap. All right, now remember we were dealing with the GGT, growth gaps trapped. All right, those of you on the IG also there, good to have you on. Say hey Josh. All right, wonderful. All right, okay. So the first one we're going to talk about is the assumption gap. All right, now the assumption gap we mentioned, I said last time, I said assumption is a huge disappointment in life. Okay, and one of the definitions I said show me a person who assumes in life, and I will show you a person who is most disappointed in life. Understand? As a result of assuming or assumption. And so what I did, I went and I went into, so let's go into this word assumption. All right. Now the word assumption really means the taken, granted, or supposed. Or when you take things for granted, you take opportunities for granted, or you suppose in things. All right. But when you look into the word assumption, there are at least 4 words that are trapped in this word assumption. Okay. Now this is dangerous, and I want you to hear what I'm saying. Okay. Those of you who are on, again, just share the live, share it on your page, invite someone. All right. Welcome to the Morning Breakfast Brew. Let us know where you're coming in from. We are dealing with growth, personal development, and we are talking about the gaps. All right, the growth gap trap. Now, let's look into this with assumption. Before I get into it, Keyshawn, did you look at this? Did you really look at this word?
Like I can tell you that from personal experience. Anyone that knows me personally, that interact with me on a day-to-day basis, for some strange reason, I have never, like people that assume things. Because I'm a person myself that never like to assume anything about anyone. I prefer to ask a question. So for persons who knows me, how I operate, for some strange reason, I just had the inclination not to ever assume.
Right. Okay.
I always believe in asking a question.
Right.
So it's funny that it's the first time I'm hearing the assumption gap, actually.
Okay.
So hearing that coming from you, and then obviously expecting a principle that is at play with assuming.
Yes. Yeah.
I am, very delighted and excited to hear about how that is going to work.
All right.
Because I don't know, to be honest with you.
All right. Wonderful. So let's get to Pretty Kitty. How are you? All right, on the IG, good to have you on. Wonderful. All right, so let's break it up. All right, so remember I said there are at least 4 words, could be more, but I pulled 4. All right, the first one is assumption. The first word is ass. Listen, all right, let's do it. The first word in assumption is ass. A-S-S. And all of us know an ass is a donkey. Yeah. It's a stubborn animal. Oh, yes. No. For those of you who are assuming, who fall into the category of assumption, we are examining this word assumption.
Assumption.
And the first word is ass, which is a donkey or someone that is stubborn. That's one. All right. The second word in assumption is sum. S-U-M, which means when you go into sum, it means little. So you settle for less.
Okay.
Yeah. You really settle for less. Okay, it's just sum, it means little. So those of you who are assuming as, some, or little. And then the next word is sump. Sump. All right. Sump is a pit or a well or a chamber, or it means at the bottom.
Okay.
No, yeah. Listen, let's play with this word a little bit, assumption. All right. So when you fall into the category of assuming, it's really bringing you in this category, an ass, little, or you are in a pit or to the bottom. Yeah. Those of you that are coming up, we just start. Hey, okay, all right. Christian is on there, wonderful. All right. So, and then in assumption, you get assumed, to take for granted. Listen to me, to take for granted without proof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm hoping that as we do some self-examination on this discussion this morning, that none of us will fall into the category of assuming, because you miss out. This is right. It's important to investigate.
Correct.
All right. It's important to research. It's important to test. All right. There's a thing we say, do calculated decision, make a calculated choice, which means you get information, you research. Don't fall into the category of assuming, else you're gonna fall into other. No, I'm not saying that you are a donkey. All right, but I'm just showing you how powerful this word is. All right, locked up in assumption is ass, which means a stubborn. So that person is stubborn. All right. Then sum, which means little. Sump, which means pit or a well. So literally, you're keeping yourself in a pit or a well. And assume, which means you are taking things for granted. Okay. Now, if we are talking about the growth gap trap, okay, the first one is assuming or assumption. Why individuals or a person do not grow is because they assume, and it brings you in this category here. All right, so that's the first gap trap that we address. Do you have anything to say that?
I'm blown because most times people who assume they're associated with actually. I mean, I'm thinking back of a couple of people. Well, I'm not gonna call any names, of course.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's factual. It's factual for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So just examine that. You want to move from that place. Those of you assuming, and we dealing with why it is an individual is not going to start. All right. Why they miss the opportunity. Now, one of the things I normally say, and then this is a quote I say, opportunities comes in disguise, but most time it goes unnoticed because it seems like an unfair exchange. Hear me? Okay? And sometimes, most of the times, all the times, opportunities come, so it comes to you. This is why, when it comes to personal growth, you have to start now. You hear what I'm saying? Okay? You start where you are. You start with what you have. You start because there are things that you can do. And I want to share some things here with that, where that is concerned. All right? Personal growth. All right? Keep me prepared. Keep me prepared, because remember, I'm working on myself. I'm working on particular areas of my life.
Yes.
So what it does, it keeps me in a place of readiness. Ready for what? Ready for opportunities. Okay, ready for opportunities, because you never know when you're going to get that phone call. You never know when you're going to meet the right person at the right time. Sure. And it's going to open a door for you that will revolutionize your entire life. All right. A lot of individuals get great opportunities, but guess what? They were not ready.
Yeah.
Okay. You listen to me. This is why you have to take time. It may not be your time today, But while you are waiting for the opportunity, what are you doing? Are you ready? And I've seen most individuals messed up. The opportunity was right, the time was right, but guess what? You were not, the individual were not ready.
Yeah, you weren't right.
Time right, opportunity was right, but you were not right. Why? Because you did not take the time when it wasn't happening for you.
Correct.
When it's not happening for you, okay, you have to make it happen for yourself. You have to have, no, this may sound crazy, and this is how it is for. When it's not happening for you, you have to happen to yourself.
Yeah.
Which means literally you have to be working on yourself.
All the time.
All right, working on, this is why personal growth and development. So personal growth keep me prepared. It keeps me prepared. Prepared for what? Prepared for the opportunity, because I expect something to happen.
Yeah.
I expect a door to open. All right. I expect a promotion. I expect I expect it to happen. Yeah. Okay. And if you expect something to happen, if you expect it to happen, you're going to begin to prepare for what you expect. So dealing with these gaps is important. Here, the next point: consistent growth is the preparation for the opportunity.
Correct.
Now listen to me, just dropping some nuggets here. All right. So the first one, personal growth, keep me prepared. Prepared for what? Prepared for the opportunity. A lot of folks miss opportunities because they were not ready, they were not prepared. So while you're waiting for it to come, while you're waiting for it to happen, what books are you reading? Do you have a mentor? Are you taking classes and courses? Are you developing yourself in the particular areas of your life where you need to grow? So when the opportunity presents itself, guess what? I'm ready. Come on, I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay. So consistent growth is what? The preparation for the opportunity. Somebody mark that down there. Trust me, this is powerful.
Right.
Consistent growth, right, is the preparation for the opportunity. If you believe it's going to happen, you're going to start preparing yourself. Okay? So you don't go into the opportunity, you grow into the opportunity.
Makes sense.
You don't go into the opportunity, you grow into the opportunity. Okay, now remember, let's bring that one again, Ishon. All right. The quote I mentioned before: opportunities comes in disguise, but most time it goes unnoticed. Why? Because it seems like an unfair exchange.
You mind explaining that? Because I've heard that multiple times.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
And I mean, let's not take for granted people understand what that means, because being an entrepreneur and a businessman, I can identify with it.
Okay.
And I've seen many opportunities come in disguise, literally.
Yeah.
But I know the common man who probably don't operate in business, who don't operate in entrepreneurship, or more so who don't operate with a faith-based mindset, may not be able to unravel that statement. And it's so deep a matter of fact. If you could just touch a bit on explaining that.
Right. Wonderful. I love this. He's pulling some stuff out of me. All right. That's what it's all about. So those of you all, you can any question you have, just text it there. We're gonna address it. All right. Opportunities comes in disguise.
Yeah.
Which means that when it presents itself, you will not recognize it. It don't look like an opportunity.
It doesn't say, hi, I want an opportunity.
It says, oh, I'm here. I'm $1 billion opportunity. No, it's not. Okay. So you're not going to recognize it. Most of the times, opportunities comes in a crisis.
Wow.
It comes in a pandemic.
Wow.
Remember they said that in the pandemic that went.
Yeah.
Most amount 1 million years were birthed.
Correct. In the pandemic.
In those 2 years than in lifetime.
Yeah. Correct.
Why? Because there were a lot of opportunities. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Opportunities comes in this. So it don't look like an opportunity. Most of the time it comes in a crisis. I remember in crisis in the Chinese is what? Is opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay? So when you see a crisis, when you're going through something that is difficult, you have to dress back and begin to investigate carefully, because wrapped up in that, there's an opportunity that will revolutionize your entire life and shift you to a next level.
Correct.
Come on. But humanistically speaking, most people, when there's a crisis, when there's tragedy, when there's pain, they pull back.
Yeah.
So you don't look for opportunities. So I hope that somebody's getting this. So opportunities comes where? In disguise, or in crisis,
yeah.
or pandemic, or in pain, or in confusion, or in calamity, or in crisis. Let's use the C's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It comes like that. So you're not going to recognize it. So you have to have the eyes, the ears. So, but listen to this. But if you have a mentor, if you are like one of the things we say, if you are growing, like we say, consistent growth is preparation for the opportunity. So if you are growing, if you are doing things to grow, you will recognize certain things.
Yeah.
Because the growth process will basically teach you what to look for in a crisis, in an opportunity. So you will have the eyes to see.
Correct.
Okay, you will be able to recognize it in the midst of everything. So most of the times when people are running from it, come on, the 90 or the 99 is running from it. The 1% is running to it.
Correct.
Why? We talk about the 1% and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Why it is? Because most of the time it don't look like it. All right. So let's get back to the quote again. Opportunities comes what? In disguise. Okay. So it don't look like an opportunity. It don't say I'm an opportunity. Okay. So, but if you are doing personal development and growth, and you have a mentor, and so you will know how to recognize certain in that crisis. Okay. And if you talk to any individual who again is successful, they will tell you about how much time they lost, too much, millions or thousands of money. But they went back in. All right, they went back in. Okay. And that was the opportunity that changed their entire life.
Correct.
All right, change the entire life. Somebody on this life, probably you going through something. Let me put on my prophetic hat. Somebody, you're probably going through something right now in life, and you think that is it. You're not going to make it. I want to tell you, there's an opportunity in that pain that you're experiencing.
Yeah.
There's an opportunity in that crisis. There's an opportunity in that situation that you're facing, that you want to throw in the towel, that you want to say, listen to me, I'm giving up. Don't give up. Opportunities comes in disguise. But most time it goes what? Unnoticed.
What is the opportunity?
All right? It goes unnoticed. Why? Because it seems like an unfair. Let's talk about the unfair exchange.
Yeah.
Why? Because it seems like somebody want to rob you. It seems like somebody want to take your money. How come somebody don't want to take your money and you have no money? This is the problem. Somebody want to take your money and you have no money. I have a problem with that. I have a lot of problems when we go and say, right? Oh, I feel I want to rob me of my $1.
Yeah.
No, how come somebody want to take your money and you have no money? All right? And you will understand, most people who are tight and struggling financially, they miss out on opportunities.
Yeah, correct. Mindset.
Yes, again, mindset. We will get into the money aspect soon. All right. the mindset, because the mindset is coming from a place of hoarding, from a place of holding. All right. So it's difficult because you're looking at what you have, but you're not looking at what if you give what you have, because what you're going to get is more than what you have.
Correct.
But there must be an exchange. So you have to let go something to get something. And most of the time, if you are in that place and you have that mindset, let's say a poverty mindset, you're going to hold on to your stuff. Yeah. You're going to hold on to your 5 loaves and your 1 fish, or your 5 fish and the 1 loaf. You're going to hold on to that because that is all you have. But you don't understand that what you have could get you what you want. What you have is not what you want, but what you have could get you what you want. But you have to let it go.
Write that down. Write that down.
Right. Opportunities comes in disguise. All right. So let's be able to identify opportunities. Okay. Right. So I hope that was good.
That was awesome.
Right.
And one key that you touched on for persons who haven't been doing, their personal growth and development, you mentioned to connect with a mentor.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, the mentor is the person that will be able to see the opportunity in the midst of the crisis, because more than likely you aren't growing and you're trying to go to the next level. So that's key.
Yeah.
So that's why you want to always connect with someone who is growing.
That's it.
And it's not a state where you should neglect your own personal growth. You should be growing for yourself as well. But this is why you want to associate with others who are growing as well. And it's very easy to identify who is going and who is growing. You can listen to what they're saying.
Wow.
Because they, I mean, as you rightfully said, those who grow are the 1%. And when you listen to what is coming out of them, you could tell that they're taking time to intentionally grow to the next level. While the 99%, you could actually tell what they are doing because it's going to come out of them.
Yeah, it is. Kishore, listen to me. Folks, I hope you are getting this. This thing is really powerful. All right, these principles are really, really profound. They're powerful.
Yeah.
All right, because I honestly believe that. And you know, you talking about you chat about, you mentioned a mentor.
Yeah.
Again, if you don't have someone in your life to guide you who have been there before,
correct.
All right, that's a mentor, someone who have been through. And for those of you who are Christians and those of you who go to church and you're on, don't think that we are talking something that's far-fetched, because the book of Hebrews, I could give you Bible and just what I'm saying. The book of Hebrews say, follow those who through faith and patience inherit the promise.
Powerful again.
I'm speaking to somebody you're on here and you're thinking that you're on here and you're thinking, oh, this is all motivational talk and all that stuff. No. Trust me, sister. Trust me. It's more than that here. The book of Hebrews says, follow those who through faith and patience inherit the promise. So a mentor, somebody who have been through it, somebody who manifests in it. So you wouldn't have to make the mistakes that they made. They have been through that.
Yeah.
So when you're following them, they're going to tell you, avoid this, avoid that. This is what to look for. And most of the times, people miss opportunities because you don't have a mentor, you don't have a coach in a particular area. Hey, I see Ali. Ali is on wonderful. Ali is a wonderful coach. She's doing a really, really awesome job on IG. She has a powerful class. They're wonderful. Ali, nice to have you on.
Also, let me just add to that statement
that
you made. That statement also tells you who not to listen to. It also tells you who not to follow, because I've seen so many people follow and listen to the wrong people.
Yes.
So as you have rightfully said, follow those who through
faith
and patience inherit the promise. It's a clear statement as to who not to follow.
Oh yes. What I'm telling you that. Listen to me. I'm seeing my friend, my mate, Cummings. I mean, awesome. We talk about money mentor.
Yeah.
That's the man right there. Right. You must listen to me. We're gonna do something on mentoring. All right, because there are certain mentors and coach you must have around you. Yeah. Remember when we spoke about the Money Monday.
The Money Monday.
Right?
Yeah.
Managing, have a money mentor, and all that stuff. There are certain individuals you must have around you in terms of growth. All right. So the need for a mentor in terms of so that when opportunity presents itself, you have somebody to talk, you have somebody to share it with and say, listen, hey, this is happening here, this is going on. What you think about it? Listen, I'm telling you. All right. So let's go back into the stuff now. Let's see what the folks are saying. All right. What are some of the things we need to get somebody to read all these things?
Sure. What are some of the things that can make an individual think that the exchange is unfair? And how can the individual shift from that mindset?
All right, that's a good Kali John. That's really good.
Good question.
Let's take this question because we want to have it kind of interact because we have a lot of information. Yeah. All right, we have a lot of information.
Internet.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So Kali is asking, what are some of the things that can make an individual think that the exchange is unfair? Yeah. All right. Now, there's a lot of things. Okay. So if that person grew up in an environment of scarcity and lack, all right. Remember their mindset, the framework of their mind has already been structured to think a certain way.
Correct.
So they perceive things a certain way. Yeah. Okay. So if a person who grew up in an environment of scarcity, all right, and an opportunity presents itself where they have to put money out, and this opportunity will revolutionize their life. This opportunity is an opportunity that will bring in much finance, or put you in a place of wealth. Okay, that person who framework mindset has been developed as a result of scarcity, as a result of that environment, that person is going to think that it's an unfair exchange. That person will think somebody's want to take their money.
Yeah.
Somebody want to rob them. So guess what? They missed out on an opportunity that would have put them in a place of financial independence.
Yeah. I remember Napoleon Hill making a statement as the mindset that is associated with the average person, wanting something for nothing.
Ooh.
And if you start with a framework, an internal framework of perceiving the world where you want something for nothing, then anytime an opportunity comes to you, and every time an opportunity would come to you, as you rightfully said, you have to give something in order to get something. That person would sabotage themselves because of the mindset and the framework that they have, because they want to get something for nothing. And as the good word says, right, you get what you put out.
Oh yes.
But if you don't put out anything, there's nothing to receive. So you're going to sabotage the opportunity because of the mindset associated with lack and poverty, because you're not aware that you have to give something in order to get something.
Awesome, folks. Wonderful. All right. So unfair exchange, how can an individual shift from that mindset? All right. Now, I'm still into Colleen answer it. So shifting from that mindset, that because you're dealing with a paradigm.
Yes.
All right. So that paradigm will have to change or shift. Okay. So that person now will really have to sit under some powerful teaching on how to reprogram their mind. That is a mindset that needs to be reprogrammed, because no matter how you tell that individual, it's a good opportunity. Guess what? No.
They can't see it.
They can't see it at all. Right? That's another topic we're going to be dealing with in terms of paradigm, how to shift paradigms and things.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's a block with a lot of people. Okay, we're going to talk about it next time. All right. So Colleen, I hope that we answer your question there. Wonderful. All right. So let's go back again. So we said constant growth is the preparation for what? Opportunity. So constantly you're growing in different areas. It's going to prepare you for the opportunities that will present itself. All right. Yeah. In that constant growth process, you're going to have a mentor. You will have a coach. Okay. So you will be guided. So when opportunity presents itself, you run it by your mentor, you run it by your coach. So you could make a calculated decision going forward.
Without assuming.
I remember for those of you who came on late, we break up the word assumption. Some assume. Those are the words that is in an assumption. All right. So you don't want to be an ASS, you don't want to be some litter, and you don't want to be at the sump, which means at the pit or to the bottom, and you don't want to assume, which means to take it for granted. So you don't ever want to be assuming or fall into assumption. All right. So let's go forward. So you don't get into opportunities, you grow into opportunities. Let's run it again. All right. You don't what? You don't go into opportunities, you grow into opportunities. So as a result of personal development, coach or mentor, you are growing into this opportunity. So you're going to be ready to seize the moment. All right. Seize the moment. An opportunity of a moment must be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. Wow. You know that. An opportunity of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. All right, because opportunities don't last always. Wow. There's a time for opportunities. Time frame. Okay, this is the month of March. We also in this year, 2023, opportunities. Okay. All right. The next thing, when you let me share this with you. So somebody is saying, okay, all right, how can I get started? When can I start? And the thing is, you gotta start now. All right, you have to start now. Remember, I said to you, you start where you are with what you have. Start. Get a mentor, get a coach. All right. When I started, guess what? Look at here. I didn't have money. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have knowledge. I didn't have a role model. I didn't have the resources. All right. I didn't have any growth environment, but I started. And somebody probably on the live, and you say, well, I don't have no money. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have the resources. This is me.
You're the right person.
You are the right person. You start now. All right, start now. The longest journey starts with what? One step. Okay, but I was hungry.
Most important.
Yeah, hungry. You got to be hungry. You got to be hungry.
Desire.
Hungry for success. Hungry to change. Hungry also to change people's life. You got to be hungry.
Yeah.
Right? You must have that kind of desire.
Must have the desire. Napoleon Hill said, all success begins with a burning desire. You have to be hungry. You have to be
a burning desire.
Correct.
A burning desire. So these are some of the things we share. So the next question I want to ask is, how do we go from, let me ask this, Keisha, how do we go from growth not happening to growth happening? How do we go from growth not happening to growth happening? That's a big question there.
Yeah.
Because growth, we got to grow. Remember, I said on the Monday session, I said, if you connect it to God, anything connect to God, grow. Yeah. Because growth is intentional. So we talk about the growth intentional, your intentional growth plan. Right? So we're going to be sharing a plan with you to grow. Okay? But we're going to probably share that in the next session. Probably we're going to do that. But I'm going to share that now. I just want us to share a little bit more on the gaps. All right? So we talk about the assumption gap.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the knowledge gap. The knowledge gap. Yeah. Knowledge can be a gap.
Yeah, for sure.
All right?
Well, the Bible says my people perish for
lack of knowledge. Okay, so somebody say, well, I'm not growing because I don't have the knowledge. We are living in the information age. We have information at our fingertip. The university or YouTube. Yeah. Okay, it's free. The knowledge gap says, I don't know how to grow. That becomes a gap for somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know how to grow. So I'm not doing anything. All right. Can you read? You can read a book.
Can you listen?
Can you listen? You can listen to an audio or something. It's not there. So you may not have the resources. Remember I said to you, when I started, I didn't have the resources, I didn't have the body, I didn't have a mentor, I didn't have a coach, I didn't have the environment for growth, but I was hungry.
Desire.
Had a desire for more, a desire to grow, a desire to be better. You must have a desire for more. All right? There's a teaching on desire. Oh shit, sometimes really powerful. Yeah. Because somebody, if your desire is beaten down, there's no drive. There's no, you don't want to do anything. And a lot of individuals, the desire beat down. They desire more. Just like I was talking about in the book, with the beggar at the gate.
Yeah.
If you read the text in Luke 16, it says, he desired to eat crumbs from the master's table.
Wow. That was his intent.
That was his intent. That is what he desired for crumbs. He didn't desire the bread. He didn't desire. And guess what? The word of God says, God is going to give you the desires of your heart.
Yeah, I remember that.
Desire, listen, you have to have a desire to live, a desire to succeed, a desire to be better, a desire for more. That is a whole topic by itself.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
All right, that desire. Okay. So this gap, this knowledge gap, somebody will say, I don't know. I don't know what to do. All right. I don't know how to grow. All right. Okay. And you're listening to us today. Okay. And the opportunities presenting itself before you. Get in contact with us. All right. Get in contact. You again, we talk about the YouTube, we talk about books to read, different stuff. Start to read by listening to these guys. Listening. Right? And just what you're doing here, this is a start for those of you on. All right. So that's the next gap. The next gap is the timing gap. The timing gap. All right. It is not the right time to begin. But when is going to be the right time? When is the right time? Because you're waiting on the time. You're waiting on the right time. But when is the right time? And sometimes somebody say, wait the right time. Well, when I get this and when I get that. All right. And it has been 4 or 5 years and you're still waiting on it. Okay. This is why I said to you, you start with what you have. You start where you are. You start now.
Must be
right.
Now.
Coming off, you can say, listen to me. I'm going to read a book, Think and Grow Rich. I'm going to start reading that.
Yeah.
I'm going to read a chapter a week. That's a start. Okay. The Richest Man in Babylon.
Yeah.
That's a good book, powerful book. I'm going to read over that in a month. I'm going to study that. You start like that. That's a start. That's a start for your personal growth in those areas, because the knowledge, getting the knowledge is important. So don't have these excuses. All right. Remember the definition I use for excuse is a mind-numbing narcotics. It's a reason wrapped up in a lie.
Yeah.
Excuse, yeah. Reason wrapped up in a lie. Okay, so don't give the excuse, but I don't have this the time. Start now. Start now.
Reason wrapped up in lies.
Okay.
So many people has used those.
Yeah, it's a lot. And this is why wait, it's an excuse. We call it an excuse. All right. This is why folks, all right. And we chatted with you, right? Let's see what some other folks are saying. So some of the folks are saying it. All right.
And by the way, if anybody listening, any of my team members, and you give me any reasons wrapped up in lies, I will be using the word excuse again.
There's some folks that are on IG here.
Yeah.
Folks, we on also Facebook here. All right, this is my first time I'm doing IG. All right, but listen, I'm telling you, let's see what Catherine, better, really good stuff, mentors, stuff, man, right? Wonderful. All right. Lesson, good season. That's a negative assumption in oneself. All right. My God. Yes. Educating yourself.
Hey, Andre Samuel. Come along the road, boy.
No. You see why, like, for instance, paradigm is important.
Yeah, it is.
Why paradigm is important? Paradigm is really, really important. All right. Folks, we have 5 minutes again. All right, paradigm is really important. Is the key. When I'm doing mentoring, what I do, that's the first thing I do.
Paradigm.
All right, I give individuals an evaluation.
Okay.
Right, in about 10 areas, 1 to 10, and see where they fall. And then we take them through the paradigm shifting courses. Okay, to shift your paradigm. And what I do also, I let them. I said to them, I say, okay, tell me what it is you want to be in the next 10 years. Now, without doing the paradigm, because you want to see where they are. And then after the paradigm, we go back to do that.
Yeah.
And it's a whole shift.
Big difference.
Yeah, it's a whole shift. Because really, this paradigm's got to shift your mindset. So it's something that we're going to be talking about. So you're going to hear. All right. The next gap is the mistake gap. Let's talk about that, the mistake gap. Paradigm important, bro. Yeah, wonderful, Samuel. Yes, indeed. Trust me. You could be at the place of abundance and die if your paradigm is shift. Get all excited and jump up and say yes. When you go home, you say no. Right? So the mistake gap. The next gap is the mistake. A lot of people sometimes, why they don't work on themselves into personal development, is because they're afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah.
All right.
Afraid of failing.
I am afraid of making mistakes.
Yeah.
You want to say something like that?
Well, Napoleon Hill spoke about the fear of failure, and the fear of failure is one of the greatest deterrences in pursuing success. So I guess it's the exact same thing. Fear of failure.
Listen to me. I'm telling you this. You will. You must. You're going to.
You are going to fail.
It's part of the process.
Correct.
Don't let that be a gap. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
All right? I'm afraid of failure. The word of God, the Bible says, a just man falleth 7 times and get back up again.
Wow.
All right, 7 times and
Say
get
that
back
again.
up. A just man falleth 7 times and get back up again.
Getting back up is the key.
I said, that's it. You're not staying. I said, knock down, but not knock out.
Ah, wow.
Okay, why? Why failing is important? Why is it important? Because in the failing process, you will learn some things.
Yeah.
All right, and life itself will teach you some things. Okay, so, and God, if you understand how God does things, He uses life also as a teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, there are some things no one can teach you. You can't even learn it in a book. Even looking at it, life, you have to go through some things. You will have to go through some things to learn certain things. So that is why failing is part of the process.
Yeah.
And falling, and that guy, Steve Harvey.
Yeah.
Talk about, fall forward. Okay.
Yeah.
Fail, fall forward. All right. So if that is your gap, and what we do now when we look at the gaps, you have to be able to evaluate and see which one of those gaps are a challenge for you.
Yeah.
All right. But there are 8 gaps, but it may not be the 8. For somebody, it may be assumption. For somebody, it may be the knowledge gap. Somebody, it may be the
Fear gap.
The fear or the timing gap. All right. You have to know which one of these will be a gap for you, and you begin to work on it. All right. Step out. Don't be afraid. All right. The next one is perfection gap. Perfection gap.
Yeah.
Okay. And this perfection gap says I have to find the best way before I start.
Before you start.
Yeah. There are folks that are still looking for the best course, the best. You're still looking for the best. No, I'm not saying the best is not right. Okay. All right. But there are times when you will just have to start with what you have.
Yeah.
All right. And you make adjustment going forward. You make adjustment going forward. Because there are some things you will learn in the journey. So don't wait until everything is perfect. Everything, all you dot all your I's, you cross all your T's, and everything is okay. Now let's start. There are people who are still waiting on that. Yeah. Okay. So that it's called the perfection gap. And for somebody, that is one of the gaps that you're dealing with as a result of why you are not working on yourself, why you didn't start your personal development. All right, but because you want to be perfect.
Nothing is perfect.
Oh yeah.
Including you and me.
All right. All right. So we almost through. I'll just give up because we want to jump on something else on Friday. The inspiration gap. All right. I don't feel like doing it. The inspiration gap says I don't feel like doing it. Listen to me. It's not about feelings, because you will not feel to get up 4 o'clock in the morning every day.
You don't need to tell me.
So you have to literally put your feelings aside.
Discipline
comes in, right? And consistency. Right? Don't let your flesh to control you like that. Talk to your flesh, and it's okay to feel like that, you know?
Yeah.
But if the feeling is governing you now, it becomes a problem.
Correct.
Because in the journey, not every morning you'll feel to get up 5 o'clock. Not every morning you will feel to do your affirmation, your prayer, whatever you want to do, you're going to do. Not every time. Okay? You're not going to feel like doing it all the time.
Yeah.
So in that time, guess what? I'm going to do it. So it's not a matter of feeling. Okay? I don't feel like doing it. So that becomes a gap. And the 7th one is what? The comparison gap. The comparison gap says others are better than I am. Others are better than I am. Right? So you compare yourself with other people. Listen, you are unique.
Correct.
You are unique. What you can do, no one else can do. What you are born to do, what you are placed here to do, right? Your path, your destiny is totally different from your friend, your neighbors, your peers, and all that stuff. All right? So stop comparing yourself. Right? Stop comparing and stop competing with other people. Compete with yourself. Right? So that itself now becomes a gap. All right. And the last one we're going to just touch here on is the expectation gap. Okay. And the expectation gap said, I thought it would be easier than this.
Everybody does.
I thought it would have been easier than this. Right.
I didn't sign up for this class.
I didn't sign up for this. I didn't know we were going so late. I didn't know it was every day. I thought it was 1 day for the month. You didn't read it. You didn't read the fine prints good. So when the journey starts now, you cap out, you punk out. You punk out. Why? Expectation gap. What do you expect? Okay. The road to success is not a smooth road, folks. The road to personal development is not a smooth road. Right? Okay. That is why few, 5%, 1%.
Yeah.
Okay. That is why it's not crowded at the top.
Not crowded at the top at all.
All right. And that's where you have to. That's why the Bible says, the good book says, right? God said, I'm going to make you the head and not the tail. The tail is too crowded.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make you the head and not the tail. I'll put you above and not beneath, in front and not behind. Okay? And it's not easy. You will go through stuff.
You have to.
It's part of the process. You will start a business, you will fail. You will start where it's going to fail. All right? But you're going to fail, you're going to fall forward. What did you learn? Because those are not failing moments. Those are teaching moments.
Yeah.
Let me say it again. Those are not failing moments. You didn't mess up. Those were teaching moments. It's your perspective, how you look at it.
Correct.
Okay, how you look at it. Oh, well, I feel like this business suppose it's the 5th business that's going to make you wealthy and put you on another level. But you stop because your 3rd business failed. You stop because your 2nd business failed. And the 5th one is what is going to break the back of the camel for you. Yeah. You stop at the 4th. You stop at the 3rd one. Guess what? Because you thought it wouldn't be that so easy. You thought it would be easier than this.
It'll be easier.
Easier than this.
Welcome to success. Failure way to success.
Failure way to success. Failure way to success. All right. So we want to bring it to you now, folks. And I hope that this morning breakfast brew with myself and Keyshawn, I hope that you are being blessed. I hope you are learning something. All right. Remember, we just started our first week back. There's a lot of things we have in store for you. All right. Let me hear some of the folks. Those of you, if you are blessed, just put a text there. All right.
Hey, Vanessa, bring on your team members. Make sure everybody would like, share this video, because the content that was shared today, insane. Every team member needs to hear this.
Yes. We're going to be back on Friday, same place, same time.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go in deeper. Now, remember, we're building, momentum is building.
Correct.
Right. And there's something we're going to do. We have some things planned for you. All right. We're going to be launching that book, 4 Levels of Human Existence. Going to be coming
Powerful
out.
Book. Everybody needs to get it.
Trust me.
For themselves.
Yeah.
For themselves.
All right. Thank you. I got you. Powerful blessings. Wonderful. Nice having you on. All right. Thomas Wright. Who's Thomas Wright? Of course.
Vanessa Wright.
Oh, V. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's my good friend, business partner, team member.
Wonderful. You're spreading news.
Yeah, we need people to grow through the crisis, grow through the opportunity, not just go through it.
Yeah. We talk about, like, in from the Christian perspective, we talk about dominion. God wants us to dominate.
Yeah.
You understand? But part of that having dominion, you have to grow. Listen, it's difficult for God to even use you if you're not growing. Wow. If you don't want to work on yourself. All right, because God's going to use you, want to flow through you, going to use you, so you have to grow. Remember, it's intentional. All right, so we want to stop here. We want to thank everyone for coming on. Do us a favor. Before you leave, I want you to share this live, probably on your page. All right, share it on your page. All right, those of you on IG, Instagram, there, share it on your page. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. God chosen. Hey, blessings. All right, for those of you who came on. I want you to stay blessed. My quote is stay blessed, never be stressed. All right. Okay. See you on Friday, 6 a.m. Same place, same time. All right. Share the live with you. Okay.
Yeah.
Love you. And that's what
go through the crisis. No, don't go through the crisis. Grow through the crisis.
You gotta grow through the crisis.
Grow through the crisis.
All right. Listen to it again. A lot of gems here. All right. Blessings. Shalom. Love you all.
Have a good one.